Hi there, everybody. My name is Kate, and welcome to my channel, Trinergy Awakens. Naturally, my right ear is popping right off the top, and holy cow. This is a channeled message, and there's a whole lot coming in, so if it seems like it's not tracking, please keep up, and I'll try to keep up, and hope you can understand there's a lot going on. This is a somewhat urgent feeling to me. If it resonates with you, good. We're currently in some pretty heavy-duty full moon energy, getting ready to Mercury retrograde and also solar eclipse. We've had a recent sun engagement and a lot of stuff going on. However, if it resonates for you, it resonates for you anytime that it comes up and through. So here's what's been going on. I had big plans, and spring is not springing quite as well as it would be my choice. However, I don't control weather, and I have to be obedient to the signs that are around me and also what I'm hearing intuitively. And though I wanted to go outside, I wanted to be outside the last couple of days hiking and, spending time with nature, bonding hard, especially 111 just passed, thank you, at a time when there's a lot of dark stuff happening. There's a lot of people that are pissed off, and they are showing it and showing up, showing out, and really showing up in all kinds of different places, physically, astrally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, sexually, all over the place. Turn on the news or look around the room, or look around in your meditation or look around in your, astral space or your clairvoyance, whatever. You can feel it, you can see it, you can smell it, you can taste it, touch it, hear it, whatever way you perceive all that stuff, may it not tap you hard. But I was really looking to plug in, to nature, and guess what? We need to be doing something else. So you're going to work on another skill today. You're going to be building some other skill today. Okay, because I can't always get into nature. And so I was forced by nature that, no, we're going to snow today and we're going to make it impossible. It's cold and, no, it's blowing hard. There are wind advisories everywhere, and we're cleaning up some other stuff. And 212, thank you. You're going to need to do this some other way. Deal with what's showing up on your doorstep, at your doorstep, literally. And so, okay, I've been experiencing some ascension symptoms myself. And so, if that's something that's happening for you, it's not unusual to feel the stuffy nose, the bubble guts, pain in areas that don't normally cause me pain, and additional pain having had an oral surgery recently, just a couple of days ago, that seemed like, oh my God, I thought it was all better. And then, well, of course, that's not punishment from the universe. When that's happening, that's just a body that's trying to move into that light body experience, trying to let go of old drama, trauma, and bullshit and karma. As it lets go, it's going to need to, activate nerves and cells and all kinds of DNA restructuring that's going to make things feel kind of funky and uncertain and possibly be painful. And, so not unusual. I just have to remind myself of that. And, when I do remind myself of it, it doesn't instantly make those things go away, but it does at least make sense that I can explain it to myself, and it's okay that I can pat myself on the head, and give myself a hug and say, okay, so it's not just random. I'm not being punished. No, you're not being punished. This is just a part of the process of being human. You've got your human experience. You're being your spiritual body, and you're putting it through a human body that is very different than the spirit that has no baggage, other than what the body is carrying with it, in this experience. So let's work with that. But anyway, what I was getting is that there's a need, a very great need, especially now. There's a lot of stuff happening around us in world events, and there's just a lot of stuff, as I said, in astrological movement, cosmological stuff, celestial body movement, and the sun's busy. We're coming to solar maximum. People are pressed. They're pressed hard, and we're getting ready to go to, cycles where karma this time around, this whole year is about revealing, and getting raw and real for realsy, and it's revealing a lot of places and people that they don't want anybody to see, that they haven't allowed anyone to see, and they thought that nobody ever would see, and for generations that has built up. So you have karma that some people are carrying, generational karma, or generational curse, if you will, generational information that's stored within them and within what they're carrying with them that they may not even know about, and it's triggering up and firing up in them, and they have no idea sometimes times why they're the depth of angry and grieving and just roaring, carrying on and acting the ass. They don't even understand themselves, and yet they feel quite justified to be in that level of rah, whatever, that they can't even self-identify half the time. That that's some Godzilla stuff, right? And that, oh dear, what is that? They can't even really self-identify, and if they're challenged on it at all, they absolutely freak out and go even more. So it's quite dangerous. Sometimes people are physically, being harmed, and oft, absolutely everywhere, with these really strange engagements and psychosis and mental health issues and all kinds of violence on every level, because this trauma is being ignited. It's being brought up to be cleansed and cleared. And so people that are light workers or starseeds, or people that are energy healers, however they're identifying, this is primarily for you. That if you're one of them, if you're one of those, the chosen people, those people that are identified as, hey, I have a gift, I have the ability to transmute energy, I have a ability to work with light and dark energy in a very high vibrational way, I can meet low vibrational energy and do something more with it, than join it and stay there and fight with it and carry on. That's not what I do. If you're one of those people that understands alchemy, that understands forgiveness, whatever way that you process that information, as long as you understand that you're working in that, I'm looking to move the vibration up, and that we're going into New Earth, and that I'm not really changing anything about the fact that the vibration is going up. I'm here to help as many humans that are ready to give it up to find their way through all of the debris, all of the collateral damage that's happening everywhere, all of the warlike state, the chaos, the anger, the hostility, the rage, the pain, the suffering, the, just absolute physical engagement that people are getting into, the things that are coming out of people's mouths. If we're those people, please hear me when I tell you it's vitally important that we very solidly stay completely connected to our team, completely connected to our own selves, to our own higher selves, and to everything that connects into above us. And if we haven't gotten that deeply rooted, it's okay. It comes in very quickly the more that we're willing to believe that it's there. And call it whatever you want to, or name it whatever it names itself, however you identify with it, to get very reverent, to get very willing to, get on bended knee, however you receive the information, to be very humble in humility of, allow me to please be the instrument of peace, and, not so much of war. However, if I have to go to war, then show me how to do that with, great skill and great kindness as much as I can, to stop the suffering of anyone that I can, and allow me to find those people that I can actually help. I look at it, today it came in, that I look at it very much like being a galactic peacekeeper, if you will, or a universal peacekeeper, that UN peacekeepers on Earth are not, they don't get into the war part, they're just in for the peacekeeping, literally. And light workers and spiritual warriors and people who identify that way, really have kind of a different angle on the job, that I'm all about peace, and yet if I have to go in and take care of some business, then I will. I'd rather not. I'm really here for the peaceful negotiations and mediation. However, if it takes thumping you to get you to move away, to stop killing everybody around you, that kind of thing, and I'm called to do that, I don't take anything on my own accord, or of my own accord, then that's what needs to be done, and that's what I do. It's also, I've likened it to being like an energetic paramedic, that I'm not here for the whole story of why I'm being called to the scene of an emergency or a disaster or something like that, or a multi-casualty incident. I'm not here for the whole story about what led to this. It really doesn't matter to me. Only incidental information for why I'm here, what's the pertinent information for what I'm doing here, relevant only to what's here, and it doesn't tap into something in me that's going to keep me from doing that job with clean and clear objectivity, that I need to be able to stay in that third-party observer to do my job, to stay completely detached. However, I can't be so far detached that I don't understand the humanity of it. But, it bounces back and forth with my role here is as, a peacekeeper or an energetic paramedic, so to speak. However, if you're in my way, you're going to need to be taken away by security. And if I have to do my own, then okay. However, I rely primarily on my team that doesn't allow stuff to get too close to me. And if it does, it means that that's mine to take care of for some reason. And I don't always know what that reason is in the moment. It generally comes to me later that there was some sort of a karmic tie there that I needed to sever that. However, getting physically involved with people, highly recommend that now's a good time to, lessen those contacts with volatile people, lessen those contacts with people that are verbally saying things that, are threatening, or that they've ever threatened in the past whenever they were highly triggered or highly activated by something. Lessen the contacts with people who are in their addictions very heavily, or they're very judgmental. I mean, it doesn't have to be that somebody's just chemically addicted to something. If they're addicted to self-righteousness, you can believe that will step off into, rage sometimes before we even know what happened. And then we're going to be on an MCI, don't even know that we're an energetic paramedic until all of a sudden we need to be picking up our own body parts. And that's a terrible way to figure out that, I probably would have done myself a favor to just not engage with this. I'm not saying that we need to go, every single one of us go into hermit mode. Obviously we can't, somebody's got to be on duty. However, when we are not on duty, it's a great time to be coming inside and asking, how can I deal with those emergency situations, those situations where I'm going to go in and have to 1111, appear very mean, and possibly speak very harshly with someone to, F off, get out of my way, etc. That I don't take that back with me, 1122. I don't take that into me. I don't take that as I'm cruel or I'm mean. As long as my intention is clean, show me how I can do this with the highest level of integrity to keep myself protected, because I've got a greater job than to have one little slob take me out when there's 200 other people beyond this one. That one needs to be gone. Move out of my way, please. Thank you very much, and keep it moving, 1144. And those are tricky situations. However, the more that we stay completely plugged into our team, and someone out there that just got the reminder that someone out there, I was just in my kitchen praying, standing at my altar doing some things, praying, and I got a door open. I heard a door open, and I saw this entire, from Men in Black. If you've ever seen that 1212, thank you very much. If you've ever seen that, or if you haven't, I'm going to explain it. That they open up this door in Grand Central. It's one of those lockers, in Grand Central Station, and it opens up into a whole civilization that opens up into a whole civilization that opens up into a whole civilization, basically representing the multiverse. That concept of this is just one very dense layer that we're seeing, and some of us are seeing some other layers, but there's multiverse happening all around us all the time. There's a ton of, an infinite number of realities, all over the place, not just what we think we see. So being able to, move very skillfully in that, that's an art, and it's messy and a very sloppy mess when we don't really know what we're doing. However, as we're learning, we'll learn faster the more we do it, and the more we accept that that really is the changing reality, is that there is no one reality, and a lot of things are shifting and changing for people. But anyway, when I was standing in my kitchen, this door opened, and I got this peek into, someone's got some Middle Earth people, or some inner earth or something, people that, or tribe or something. They're hidden kingdoms, essentially. Excuse me, let me rephrase that there's more than one. There are people out there, and if you resonate with this, please, accept my shine on that, wow, that's really cool. That there are kingdoms of very royal bloodlines, of ancestors that are from the earth, from Middle Earth, Inner Earth, the earth, that are being awakened, and they are speaking to you. And so if you're thinking something that, as long as it's not something that just, is telling you something malevolent, telling you to go, harm yourself or harm someone else, if it's speaking to you, if it's asking you, hey, go play that music over there, or pick up that instrument, or, consider this, and it's something that you've never even thought of before, consider doing it, because that could connect you through some portal or doorway that's going to introduce that family to you, those ancestors to you, those royal bloodlines to you, those royal ancestors that have so much wisdom, and they don't even have to be our ancestors necessarily. I am very fortunate that when I'm working in the woods quite a bit, that I'm gifted some information temporarily. Sometimes they're permanent gifts, but oftentimes it's just temporary information to utilize in that moment, that skill or that, language or that whatever it is. But it's from tribes that I don't technically belong to that tribe, and I never have. However, there's enough, whatever there is, international peacekeeping, energetic paramedic, whatever way we're going to look at it, that I really don't question anymore, that if you're willing to share this gift with me and it's going to help you and me, and it's going to unbind this energy and get more people free, then that's what I'm down for, and I don't really need to know a whole lot more about it. That's like me asking a bunch of questions on a scene as a paramedic going, well, wait a minute, what did I don't need to know. I have no need to know that. What's the problem, and how can I fix it with what I have here? What tools do I have here that I can use to fix that? No, you've got extra tools, you can help me, and you're going to show me how to use that to help you and me, then cool, let's get through this, let's get all MacGyver with it. Can't do that in paramedicine, unfortunately, but being an energetic paramedic and a MacGyver all at the same time to create that flexibility and, the ability to move smoothly, as smooth as possible. It's ratchet sometimes and it looks terrible, feels really, bumpy and weird sometimes. However, if we're moving in that direction, it may not be so much that we're not, it's not that we aren't moving as flawlessly as possible, it's that we're in rough rivers, we're in a whitewater rafting experience, and it's just the way that it's going to be, turbulent and weird feeling, etc., because there's a lot of chaotic energy. But the more that we can put down the roots into the ground and connect with whomever it is that is speaking to us from above and here below, because as above, so below, it's all coming into alignment with one another, and we're going to be able to be better channels. The more that we can unblock our own mind and get the, the concept that, well, that's dumb, that's stupid, that's the biggest block that there is. And especially if there's other people that are going to be willing to tell us how stupid we are. I don't share, believe it or not, even though I have a public platform, I don't talk about this stuff with everybody every day. I don't talk to anybody any day about this stuff, generally speaking, because it's not something that the average person would or could or would be willing to understand, and that's fine. However, I know that anybody that can understand it, that's willing to understand it, or at least willing to entertain the notion that, it could be possible, 171788, thank you, then those are the people who will help to solidify and anchor in the grid. The crystalline grid is being established, it's been being established for a long, long time now, and yet, in cosmic time, it's just this fractional amount. And so the more that we can continue to pour into the earth itself and continue to, build those sky bridges of understanding, those portals and those welcome advances of, hey, bring this energy in me, through me, and make me a clean vessel so that I can anchor this in here and be, a grid worker, a light worker, an energy healer, whatever I am, a timeline worker, whatever I am to the best that I can possibly be, and help as many people as I possibly can that are looking to be free. Believe it or not, as much as you hear the weeping and a wailing, there's a lot of people that are really changing their mind, and those that aren't, they're suffering, and they're going to continue to suffer, and it's hard to turn a blind eye to that. We have to deal with that. However, we have to deal with that after the emergency. That's part of the after action review, not in the middle of whatever the onslaught is, or whatever the crisis is, whatever the disaster is, whatever's happening. And so if we're in the midst of what feels like war, deal with that in a very clean and clear way with, ruthless intention to, I want to do this the right way, and I want to do this in the most high vibrational way with absolutely zero tolerance for bullshit. None. Absolutely none. Show me how to get her done, and then I'll deal with how I feel about what I saw when I was there. When I was a paramedic, I saw stuff that really, ruined my day a lot for many days to come, and, could still really bring me down, and if I allowed myself to dwell on it too much. However, we had to get the job done. It was a matter of, you can't fall apart right now there, PE medic, you got to do something right now to effectively make a change to help as many people as you still can, and you standing there stuck stupid is going to let more people suffer because you're getting caught up in the drama of it. It's horrible. Yep, it sure is. Keep it moving though, friend. And so that came with, later we'll do the after action review and the debrief. And now it's just a matter that energetically, even whenever I'm seeing and hearing, tasting, feeling, touching, all this stuff, that even then, you know, that sometimes it's quite ugly, and I see things and experience that, and yet I know that this has to be done, that no, it needs to be ruthless, that this has got to stop. You're not allowed to do this anymore. We're absolutely at the drop dead zone, literally, for some. You know, not wishing death on anybody and not causing death on anyone. That's not my intention. It is my intention simply to say, no, I can't die. You do whatever you need to do, but you got to go away, because I can't die. I have a job to do, and until I'm ready to go or I'm taken out of here, it's not going to be doing this, you know, stuff with you and your fear. That's what you need to go deal with. And so it seems quite mean, hateful, whatever, and it's going to have to just seem however it seems to other people that wouldn't understand anyway. If they're trying to fight with me and scrap with me and drag me down, they're not understanding anyway, nor do they want to, and they're not able to hear, you know, I could help you. Those are people that they have to be taken care of by security, you know, that no, that's not my area. That's not who needs me most, apparently. So, you know, if you are able to receive this message, or if you're experiencing, you know, things that are really disturbing to you in your world, it's not unusual. You're not alone, and there's a lot of people that are right there with you, and there's a whole lot more. Wow, yeah, I can just hear there's a lot of suiting up. There's a whole lot of help, and it doesn't have to be war. In those places where it can be, you know, straight up peacekeeping and negotiations and stuff, yeah, that's a sweet place to be. And when it's not that, please show up where you need to be, doing what you need to do to protect yourself, because we need you. There's a lot of light workers who aren't understanding, or a lot of chosen people, a lot of people that, you know, could be doing this job with energy, and they're 21 not doing the job because they don't understand. They're not allowing themselves to hear, or they've just gotten too far gone in their addictions, or their codependent relationships, or their, you know, toxicity, their whatever it is that's keeping them bound, or their psychosis, or mental health issues that really are keeping them from being able to get out of that mess in any effective way. And it's very difficult. They need as many people as we can get. The earth is not, you know, in peril herself. She could definitely flush this anytime she wanted to. However, apparently she doesn't want to, and that's not ever been the message that I get, is that this is a very cooperative effort. It's a very collaborative effort from the off-planet energies that are here, the higher dimensional beings that are here and surround Earth and are on Earth and in Earth and through Earth, and that are working in just multi-dimensional stuff that I can't even completely wrap my mind around or explain. I just know that they're here. They're all here for the benefit of Earth, but there's no more tolerance anymore for, you know, there can't be. If you can't sustain the energy, then you can't sustain the energy, and that's where you see people that are freaking out. And it's mostly about, you know, avoiding that, and then toughening up for when it comes, you know, energetically primarily, and if it comes at you physically, to minimize those engagements, listening to your intuition guiding you, because that's what those teams of higher vibrational beings are here to do. That's what they're helping us to do. And the more we can engage in those places where we can, that are already very charged with great energy, please go do that wherever that is for you and however you acquire that. You know, me personally, I live in mountains, and that's where I get a lot of my stuff. However, you know, today it needed to come in a brand new way, very much so through, you know, that imagination tool, which I talked about recently. However, that's not my most favorite way to do it, but you're not going out today. This is one where you're going to need to be flexible and adapt and go MacGyver right now, because we still need the work done. So sit down, you know, and let's get busy. So I hope that that's been helpful for you, pardon me, no matter what part of the day you're in. And remember to get within your skin and really, you know, be fine with your divine, because it is totally fine, and you can build that vibranium, you know, shield against anything by using what already understands that energy and is already so much more high vibrational than any of us ever could be while walking around in our dense bodies. So they have the information to help us, protect us from the seen and the unseen, the skinned and the unskinned, and those things that are trying to, you know, just force us to sit down because we're too afraid. You know, fear is the greatest way to get us to feel very undivine in our skin skin. And so whatever it is that helps you build courage in a very authentic way, without chemical, without a person, without, something in particular, is the best. Because, we want to be able to, I'm not going to be able to go hug a tree today. No, Kate, you're not. You're not going to be able to do that today. You're going to need to rely on the raw and real of what's right here. That's what you're going to do today. And though I'm bummed, as a human, butt hurt, so that's okay. We can still do the job, and we need to. It's sort of like having a snow day, for work, is you're going to be Zooming instead, literally. So get out of your head with, the pouting and all that. So anyway, as I said, get within your skin and enjoy your divine, because it really, really, really is totally, totally, totally so strong, so beautiful, so lovely, so lighted, so very alighted, and absolutely fine. Take care of your beautiful selves, and I will see you again next time, my friends. Mwah. Goodbye.